Today we have a really special video because it's going to be an unboxing and then later on a setup. I recently saw that Sterling Ink was having a sale on some of their items, and there were some notebooks in imperfect condition that were even more discounted. So I went ahead and purchased two because I've been going back and forth between some things in terms of like my media journal and the traveler's notebook insert. And anyways, I figured it was a good time to kind of experiment with it. So let me go ahead. Here it is. So it's my first ever Sterling Ink product. I've never purchased anything from Sterling Ink before. This is actually really exciting. I've done a pretty good job, I think, this year of not purchasing in excess like notebooks just because of impulse. I think this is probably the first like impulse. Oh, those are freebies. Oh, that's so cute. Awesome. So there's a little freebie. And then the business card. Cute. So I think I've been pretty good this year about not doing impulse purchases for notebooks and journals. This one was low-key a bit of an impulse purchase because I didn't give myself the full day to think about it. But again, there was a sale going on, and I had been debating for a little bit whether I wanted to do the whole situation with the weeks, because this all came from a question one of my patrons made. So I do weekly updates, weekly journaling updates on Patreon, right? And one of the questions that I had gotten that I answered in one of those weekly updates was why I moved from a hobonichi weeks into the systems that I'm using now for media journaling. And so that required me to go into my media journal and kind of like flip through it. And I really, really love my 2023 media journal a lot. So ultimately what I decided was that, yeah, I was going to get it. I wanted to try it out. I have been wanting to try out. Let me open this. I can't do two things at once, apparently. Oh, that feels nice. So this is the N1 booklet, Forest. So it's like the green color. That's really nice, actually. It's very malleable. Um, Same size as a TN. But the TN, since it's paper, it's like a different sensation. Interesting. Okay. So this is the forest, like I said. Well, you can kind of see it there, the kind of green color. I ended up just getting what was available. I didn't think too much about it. And then this is the 2024 full year compact horizontal weeks. I didn't want to get the full year. And this is the quartz white and imperfect. I don't know what's imperfect about it, but there's something imperfect about it. And so there's that. Okay. And this is also the TN size. It's same size. Let me get my hobonichi weeks. So this is my hobonichi weeks from last year, my media journal. There is a flip through that I have of it if you are interested. This is the size difference from the weeks, and the TNN1 is what is it's called on the Sterling Ink website, and the hobonichi weeks. Okay. And then cool. Let's see something. So does it lay flat? So it requires some bending, but it does lay flat with some, well, with some finagling, which is fine. One of my major things, the reason why I forgot, I totally lost my train of thought, but one of the reasons why I didn't want to do the full year is because I figured it was going to be too thick of a book. It's my main issue that I have with the Paper Test B6. I love the format of the Paper Test B6, but I really dislike how thick of a book it is. This feels okay enough where it doesn't bother. Yeah, this doesn't really bother me. Okay, that works. I didn't think hard enough about what I would use the quarterly pages for, but that's fine. No big deal if some pages don't get used. Again, this is just for this year. I think next year, if this goes well enough, I might just do the hobonichi again. But I figured that getting this size would work because even if I end up using most of my notebooks this year are TN size, and so I was gonna archive them all in my TN in the TN binder. I can just stuff that in there, just kind of outside of the little bands, and that'll be fine because it's same size. So the reason why I wanted it in one book was because there's just something really nice about having all of your media in one. It's kind of like what I love about having the Hobonichi weeks from last year. And right now, since I've switched books a little bit, the media related stuff is kind of all over the place. And so I wanted just one centralized place. I'm not going to get rid of the inserts that I did, and I'm still going to finish the inserts that I'm currently working on. But I just like the idea of having like one book as a reference for all the media stuff if that's all I want to look at. So again, this is a hobby, right? Like, is it necessary to have one book? No, but it is a hobby of mine, and media journaling is one of those things where normally there are things that I don't like to double dip on, but I don't care how many times I have to like write the same thing for media journaling. I just love it. Um, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to have like the page here and do the design. So like this is kind of like an example of one of the ones that I did, some of the ones that I did in the weeks last year. It's just another way for me to use up stickers. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. The reason why I got this insert for the TN is because I'm currently trialing the Hobonichi Avec for daily logging. And essentially, I just wanted to try out a smaller grid again. I missed a smaller grid. I do enjoy the TN grid, but I just felt like I wanted something smaller. And so I wanted to experiment with it again. Since I'm already going to be purchasing from Sterling Ink, I figured why not? So that's kind of the reasoning behind it. Currently in my daily, I'm going to be finishing this by the end of June. And so it'll be time to go into a new insert. And it's to determine whether I want to go into the Sterling Ink one or whether I want to do something else. But for now, I think that I'm gonna set up this one. Not right this exact instant, but I think that that's what I'm gonna do is set this one up, kind of decorate it, and start the backlogging process. Let me know, do you use Sterling Ink? And if so, what do you use it for? I would love to know. That's what I got. Oh, and then I ordered some washi tape with the time strips. I don't know why I ordered it, but I wanted to try it out. Let's see, where does this start here? Yep. There's the time strip. It's cute. Okay. And that's that part of the unboxing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye. Oh, my nails match. I just realized. I just did my nails and they're like a forest green too. That's like the same exact color. Cool. How funny. Please excuse this nail. I apologize. Yesterday I lost part of it and then the actual nail polish chipped off. So do excuse the nail. And then I chipped off this one today as well. But we got some romantic lighting going on today. I finally got a lamp back on my desk, and I don't know how this is gonna work out. I don't know how it's like post-production, how the quality of it is gonna look, but I hope that it looks okay, and I hope that you don't mind the more kind of like cozy lighting. I should probably light a candle, but I'm not going to. I'm too lazy. So this is gonna be part 2 of the video related to Sterling Ink. I do have the Common Planner, the 2024 Common Planner, the Compact, horizontal weekly, and I'm gonna be making this my all in one media journal. I'm still going to be media journaling in the insert that you guys have seen me do, but I really wanted to have an all-in-one book similar to how I had it in 2023 with the Hobonichi weeks. And I did get this size because, or I did get this instead of the weeks because I didn't really know which weeks I wanted, and then this was on sale and it was also in perfect condition, so it was even more reduced priced, and it's the TN size, which most of my things are TN this year, so I figured that it would be gonna have a good idea to use this one. I've never used any sterling ink items before, so this is the first time. And so I have to do the setup, but I'm gonna start off with adding tabs. And I don't have any tabs, but I found these that I have, and these are the same ones I used in my 2023. These are the Hobonichi tags. I had an extra one, but I did end up gifting that, and so I'm gonna use these little smaller ones. So the Hobonichi ones, I tend to use these, which are the longer ones, but I don't have any more of those. So I'm gonna use these. They do stick out a bit, and I know some people don't like that with their tabs, but I'm gonna be really honest, I don't really care that much. I would love to have some of the Planner Monkey Co. ones. Like, let me move this to the side. Like these that I used in my Hobonichi in my Megas. These are Planner Monkey Co. and I love these tabs. But also, I don't want to spend any money, so like any more money. So we are using what we got, and what we got is this. So that's what's happening. Even if it's weird looking, we're gonna go for it. That's too high up. Okay, so this one would go here ish. So I'm really excited. See, it kind of sticks out, but also I don't really care. Also, I had recorded, essentially, technically, this was gonna be part 3 because I was gonna try out cutting down my Avec cover to fit this, the clear cover, because I can't find a clear cover for this, and I was gonna try cutting it down to size and fitting it, and it was going super well until it no longer was. At one point, everything went to hell, and so that's no longer something that's happening. So yeah, we're gonna just keep on. We're gonna move on from that, and then I'm gonna have to see if I can find a clear cover or something. The clear covers I've found have branding, which kind of like I mean, I get it, but also I hate it. I'm sorry. It's not my vibe. Yeah, I don't know what about them. I like them. Okay. So yeah, I did find this store on Etsy that has them, but the branding is like too much. But I definitely want a clear cover. Also, just a note on how I'm placing these tabs. I am the type of person that flips up when I use tabs. I don't like flip in. So for me, it should be on a tab that is before the actual start of the page that I flip to the correct one, if that makes sense. Also, these are like not perfectly aligned, and again, I don't really care. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time on these tabs. I just kind of want to get them done. And so I want to be in this journal already, but I wanted to make sure that I did my setup with you guys. Currently, I'm kind of all over the place in terms of journal use because we are going to start a new, like the second half of the year, which means that my cat's like meowing, which means that I am faced with a conundrum. I'm also like finishing my insert, so I'm like debating whether I want to go into the Hobonichi cousin Avec for the next half of the year or if I should just keep using my inserts. So lots of planner moves. I was talking to my patrons how in this week's journaling update that it's going to be a really interesting Q3 update if all of the changes that I'm thinking about end up happening. Sorry, my cats got into a fight. Well, not a fight, a disagreement. Suki, she is the type of cat that will see Frida somewhere and she will be like, oh, actually, I want to be there. And so she'll try to kick Frida out, and that pisses me off. So I just took Suki out of where she was trying to kick Frida out of. But of course, Suki doesn't like that. So yeah, I'm not really super picky on where I place these. I just kind of want to have them placed. Because I don't know, it just adds to it. So yeah, if you know where you can find any of the covers for like a Sterling ink, because like I don't think, well, I went into the Sterling ink site and it looks like the N1 cover is sold out, like the N1 size. So that's not an option for the moment. And the thing is that I want to sticker bomb this, but the material doesn't seem like the type that will hold on to stickers very well. So I am not very confident in sticking down some of my most prized stickers, only for them to fall off. At least with the clear cover, they'll be tucked inside the cover, you know? Plus, I just like the idea of having pockets. I don't like not having pockets. I remember the first time I started watching YouTube videos related to journaling, like in more recent times, because I've always been like kind of lurking in the journaling community, like with the Bujo and the Passion Planner. But when I first got into the hobonichi back in like around August of last year, one of the first people I ended up watching was Abby C. And in her hobonichi weeks, she had these tabs, and to me, they looked like they were leather tabs. And so I remember going into this whole thing. I didn't know anything about hobonichi back then. I remember going into this whole thing looking for leather tabs, only to later on realize that they were paper. But they looked so much like leather tabs to me. I feel like I'm like haphazardly, I'm like talking and not really paying attention to where I'm putting these. It's also just that like for the beginning part of the year, like it's backlogging. So anyways, welcome to a new series of backlogging that's gonna happen. Is me backlogging this media log. I'm so excited though. I love the idea. So I was talking to Maddie from Hello Naya, she on the Patreon, and she's one of my patrons, and we were talking about media journaling because she's also started a media journal, and yeah, and talking about how great it is to have it in one big book. And she had asked me why I had moved away from, I think I talked about this during the unboxing, but why I had moved away from a Hobonichi Weeks for my media journal, and then I started touching my Hobonichi Weeks and the floodgates open in terms of wanting to be back into it. And I've been also kind of wanting to work a bit with a smaller grid. So I was already thinking about that specifically with my inserts. So it all just kind of happened and coincided all at once. Also, does anyone ever use these like monkey? Is it like a monkey? It's like I don't know what kind of thing it is. This like huge eared animal thing. Does anyone use those? Cause I'm normally what? Suki, calm down. I don't I don't use them at all. I don't think they're the prettiest thing ever, honestly. I also love how like raggedy they get. I don't know. I love them. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. I like them. But yeah, I am curious how I'm gonna use this in conjunction with my other insert, because for the meantime, I'm gonna continue using it. And then this will kind of like also shift my common placing system. Currently, I have to decide whether I'm going to kind of backlog that as well. I probably will. What am I doing right now? Oh, here. I cannot talk and do things at the same time. But yeah, I did end up getting the compact, mostly because I didn't want to have to deal with a very thick book. That's the main reason why I have issues with certain things, and why I really do love the Traveler's Notebook is because everything stays pretty thin. Even when it bulks up, like for example, my daily insert, like obviously I stick things in there, obviously it expands, but since it's such a short amount of papers, it's not gonna, like, I'll be out of it fairly quickly. It's not gonna get to a point where it's uncomfortable. And also like the writing experience, like my hand isn't falling off the side, you know? So that was like a really big deal for me, is making sure that I had the space, but also it wasn't such a thick book. Okay. There it is. Cutie. It's a cutie. So I got this today in the mail. This is Sophie McPike's Patreon reward for June. And it's gorgeous. I actually didn't realize I was going to get the June one because I signed up, I think, the last day. And so I thought I was just going to get the one for July, which is what I really want. It's like chickens, which I'm obsessed with. But I got this in the mail today and I was like, oh wow, that's beautiful. And it's actually like the perfect size. But I love the back too, so I'm kind of like torn. But yeah, what I would love to do is kind of like stick it in a pocket. I'd love to have a pocket. Which actually, now that I said that, reminds me that I have the TN pockets that I can use. Ooh, so that could work, but not for this. This is not going to fit in that pocket, but I could actually do that. I could put that here. So yeah, I'm like nervous about sticking stuff down on this because I don't think it'll stick down. I love sticker bombing. Sticker bombing is the best. But yeah, I just don't think, I don't know. And again, I don't want to risk any of my stickers. Also, I'm going to use my pencil board, my hobonichi pencil board that I had for my health journal, because I'm not using my health journal at the moment, so why have it live in there if it's not going to get used? I do have to move in some of my tabs. So let's do that because I'm not using them. So there's one. Do I have any other ones in here? Yep. And here's two. Oops. There we go. Okay. And I love the brass ones. The brass ones are my favorite. So this week is June. Last week of June. So let's just preemptively put that there. And then the notes pages. Which would start here. Okay, so we got our two tabs in as well. I do like having the bottom ones. I think the first person I saw use them at the bottom was Lindsay Scribbles, again, back in like when I first started my journaling in these kind of new format journey. And I do love the bottom one, especially like on this bigger size. Like maybe with the hobonichi, it's smaller, right? So it's not that big of a deal, but I do, you'll notice here, like I always have them at the bottom and on the side at the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Man, I really want a clear cover for this. Also, what do we think about the pink? I didn't think I was gonna like it as much, but I do like it. I do like the pink. Okay, so I think that's all I got for now. I have to decide what I'm gonna do. I'm like so nervous to get started. I think that's why I want to like set it up first because I kind of just like break the ice. It's like when you start a brand new notebook, a brand new sketchbook, you always get like jitters, but at least decorating it kind of like um I don't know, kind of breaks the ice a bit. I haven't decided what I'm going to use these front pages for. I also haven't decided what I'm going to use the quarterly pages for. Um I have to count to see if this is enough. So, books, movies, books, fanfic, manga, TV shows, movies, podcasts. So, technically, yes. So, technically, it would work for like the tracker. And then this top part can be my Spotify playlist cover. So, I can do that. But then I'd have to decide what I want to do this side for. What I could do is use it for covers. Ooh, I could do that. For like the covers, because I don't really have a space for that right now, and that would be a good way of kind of seeing that all together. Could do that. And then do have to decide what I'm going to end up doing with the monthlies as well. If I'm going to do something similar to what I did in my hobonichi weeks or not. Just me casually flipping through all the pages, trying to see if I get inspired by what to do. Like somehow the pages will call out to me. That's just a thing I believe in, y'all. And then have to get started backlogging. Really excited about that. Really excited to have all of my logs in one place because since I've been jumping in and out of books, the logs end up in different places, and I just like having one book where it's all together. So I am looking forward to that. Super excited about it. I am curious to see if 120 something pages is sufficient. I think it will be. Um, I think it will be, but curious to see how that looks in action. Because I really don't think that I really don't think I'll like having the full year. It's gonna be too thick of a book, and that's just gonna bother me, and it's gonna be the same issue that I have with the paper test. So I don't want to do that. Curiouser and curiouser. I'm telling you, I like flip through it to see if it like speaks to me. So funny. Okay. Catch you in the next part. Hi. So, welcome to the next part, which I believe is part 3 of this Sterling Ink unboxing video. In the previous, oh, these are medium size. In the previous installment, I did mention that I couldn't find a clear cover for the Sterling Ink N1 that I liked, that had like branding that I was okay with having. And I did find after some research that Lauren Phelps Designs did. And so I got their, which is actually perfect because I got their standard traveler's notebook sleeve. And this will work because I do house some of my media related stuff in my media journal. So in my brown TN. So let's see if it'll work out. I'm excited. So I did get the cover and I ended up getting 2 secretarial pockets as well. And I believe I got the medium size thinking that these were not going to be that big, and they're pretty big, which is actually pretty awesome because that means I could use it here. Okay, cool. And then originally I had gotten it for this, but we shall see. We shall see. So I'm very excited. When I saw that Lauren Phelps Design had this version where you can fit it into the loop of the TN, I got super excited. And the thing is that I had seen this before, but I had completely forgotten about it. Okay, and then here are some freebies that came in as well. So cute. From, it looks like, I'm not sure if all of them are, but it looks like some of these are from the Florida collection. And as someone who is from Florida, they definitely do scream Florida. Beautiful. I really like these. Very pretty. Thank you so much for the freebies. Very cute. Okay, so here it is. I haven't done anything to this as I was waiting for the cover to come in, and we shall see together how it works. Okay, so let's see. These do have the cards, and then you can do it either way. You can have it so that the cards are on the outside, or you can have it so that the cards are on the inside. It doesn't matter. I do think I want it to be on the inside. Which is awesome because it's very similar to the one I have for my Paper Test B6, and actually I think were those Lauren Phelps design as well? You know, I think they might have been. I'll have to check. I don't remember if those are also Lauren Phelps designs or not. Okay. Perfect. So they do fit. They have these here, which, I mean, is not the prettiest thing ever, but it's okay. Because the point is that you can use it to house some inserts as well. So, like, for example, the idea is that you can then put in, let's see, an insert. And house it that way. So that's the concept. Let's see. What would it look like with it being the other way around? So having the card slots on the outside. Nah, I think I'll have the card slots on the inside. And so the thing is that you're supposed to put it inside the band first. It has a little slot so that it can live in here and it's not affecting the book itself. And it is fairly loose, so you don't have to worry about it being super tight and it affecting or warping the book. And so that's the concept, right? So the band will not affect the actual pages of the book. It will live outside of it, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So that's my only like upsetness of it. What is that word that I just said? The only thing that kind of like bothers me about clear covers, even though I love them so much, is the glare that happens on camera. Yeah, it's not so bad. It's not so bad to have the little flap here. This is my current media journal. I guess what I could do, Is this too big? Yeah, that's too big. But I could use this one. Okay. Because, yeah, I don't think I'm going to put this in here. I'm not 100% sure yet. I mean, it could live in there. That would just make it way chunkier. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm pretty good with it being this way. I mean, it's chunky enough as it is. As is. I will say it is pretty... It's pretty level to the point where it's not bothersome. So, like, I would be around here. Well, actually, more like around here now. Next week is the first week of July, which is crazy. And it's pretty level. Normally, when I journal in my TNs, I will take them out of the cover. But yeah, that's what that looks like. And I mean, end of the day, if I wanted to, I could take out this other insert from the back and have it separate, but I don't really want to. I do like having my books be pretty chunky, and I don't mind that this is hitting this. I know that there's going to be casualties of war when it comes to the band. I do like that I have this here that I can use now. I always struggle with this bookmark. I like having bookmarks, but I always struggle with it because since I'm always putting things in and out of the TN, they always get tangled up. Okay, so like, yeah, I could use it. I could use it now. Okay, cool. So now that I know that I do want to do that, let's decorate it, right? Oh, okay, and then I have to decide actually about because my major issue with this flap is that it's not tall enough. So like I'm always fighting with it. I love this flap where it's like really big. And I think this is like about this, well, it's a little smaller, but it's wider. So I love that. My poor print is suffering in that back one. She's so cute. So yes, I am gonna take it out because I would like to do the setup of it outside of the cover. So we are gonna get this out of here. And see, this is what I mean, like with the with the bookmark, I'm always taking things in and out, and so it always gets caught, tangled in a mess. Okay. So for now, let's just put this back in here. I have to decide what I'm gonna do. This is like one of the most beautiful things I've ever created. Like the combination of these stickers is the most beautiful thing ever. And the problem is that I think I'm going to move some of this stuff out of here. And I feel like I want this to go in here. So, oh, you know what? I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to actually leave that out. Leave this out. Get this out of the way. And we're going to start setting up this bad boy. We are going to start setting up this bad boy. How exciting is it that... Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay. Also, I don't know if these pages are more fragile than the Hobonichi weeks, but I already started denting these pages. It's kind of crazy. Also, does this fit in here? Yeah. Okay. Look at how beautiful that is. It's gorgeous. Angeline's art is so beautiful. Anyways, okay. Hi, so I did go to eat dinner and now I'm back, so it's a little darker. So, as you saw through that little musical break, I did end up printing out some just handwriting that I did on my tablet and printed it out. I had some of these already from when I did my setups in my hobonichi weeks at the beginning of the year. I can show you what those look like. So, this was, but I wanted something different, which is why I just made some new ones. So, these are the ones that I did for the weeks. And that's essentially what I'm going to do for now. This one, if you would be interested in these, let me know and I will add them because I'm setting up a shop. I don't think that by the time the video goes live, the shop will be launched yet. So if you would like to have these as something that's available, if you like the handwriting, then let me know and I'll make sure to add those. And then I made some smaller ones because I'm thinking I'll put that into the actual weeks. We shall see. I haven't 100% decided. And then I just have some other stuff in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with adding the monthly little titles. So I'm not going to do this one. We're going to start in January. And where is my... There you go. So these do require some training. They don't really lay flat 100%. And then as I do this, I'm watching One Piece. So for anyone interested, I'm on episode 466 and I'm on the Marineford arc. And yes, it is 100% brutal. I can't say I'm having the best of time. I can't say I am. But it is a necessary stepping stone if I want to continue with the series. And obviously I do. So is what it is. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so I finished that. I actually had to pause because I started sobbing in the middle of watching the One Piece episode. But anyways, I finished adding the months, so you can kind of see what that looks like. And I think even with just doing that, sometimes you might be like, why would you do that if it already has the months? not only is it like aesthetically pleasing, I also think that it's a way of kind of like breaking into the journal itself to kind of not be dealing with a blank page anymore. That's why I usually start with like tabs and putting these months, because it's a way of being in the journal that is pretty straightforward and isn't going to make me feel like it's a pretty straightforward thing to do, right? It's not something that I have to think too much about, and so it's a low pressure decision that gets me into the book and working through it. Okay, so this is what I was thinking of doing, like just adding the month here. Or maybe I can edit. Yeah, I think. Should I do that? Should I do that? I feel like it'll only add to the visual interest. It might become a hindrance, but we will work through it when we get to it. Oop. Oh, it's done. It's on. Oh gosh. The only bad part about these, that's like super slanted. The only bad part about these stickers, this matte sticker paper, which is from Online Labels, is that it is permanent. Like this is not, it's kind of like why I prefer washi paper, like washi sticker paper over this, because this, once it hits paper, it is not coming off. So do be careful. This one's nice because it's like right at the start. And I'm just putting it on my skin first to kind of prime it so that that doesn't happen again. Which actually, should I? Yeah, I'll do January in front too. I was thinking I'll do January at the back, but I'm not going to log anything from January 2025 in here, so there's no point in doing that. So how have you guys been? What are you up to? Are you doing any journal setups for the second half of the year? This is not the only setup I have to do. I'm also going to be setting up the Hobonichi avec because I have decided that I will be using that as a sort of life archives in conjunction with all of my other systems. So keep a lookout for that one. That's most certainly going to be coming up after this one. So if it is already live, I will try to link it. But otherwise, do keep a lookout. So there's that setup that I need to do. And then I also have to, I'm finishing my daily log insert, this one. I'm finishing this daily log insert by June. So that means I have to start a new one. So I have to do a new setup for this one as well, for my daily log. So lots of setups. Curious if any of you are also doing some setups. So let me know if you're setting up any new journals. If you are setting up your avec, like let's say you have the avec, if you're setting that one up, a new book. Essentially, just let me know if you're setting up any new books, whether it's the same journaling system or not. I would love to know. And if you do have a video, let me know, and I would love to go watch it. I love seeing journal setups. There. Oh, ooh, that was almost incorrect. It's a good thing I read before I paste. I love seeing journal setup videos, even if they're not really my journals. I like seeing how people decorate them, what they use them for. So if you do have a video, let me know. It's so satisfying that so many months start on Monday this year. We had January, April, and now July starts on a Monday as well. Very, very satisfying. And I am planning on using this in a similar way that I did my hobonichi weeks, with some slight differences. And like I mentioned earlier in one of the sections, I can't remember which one exactly, I am planning on continuing on in my insert that I have been using. It is going to get a little redundant in terms of the log itself. So that's something that I have to grapple with. There's some hairs there. That's the bad part about priming, is that you potentially get hairs. But see, I wouldn't have been able to take it off if I hadn't primed, so pick your evil, I guess. Choose your fighter, if you will. Whatever. It's done. It is what it is. I will not have to look at it until that 1 week in October. Okay, and that's that. Cool. I did create some some little stars here because there was extra space. So that'll be something that I might use at some point. Will not be using that right in this instant though. I'll probably take that into my sticker book. Okay. Let's get these little scraps out of here. Okay, and I mentioned earlier that I knew what I was going to do with this because honestly, what I am compelled to do is to cut it out. I'm gonna be so honest. I usually just cut things out whenever I want to move them around, but I haven't 100% decided that's what I want to do with this or that I'm not going to use it anymore. So what I did instead was that I photocopied it and then just reprinted it on sticker paper. The original thought when I said that was that I was going to print it out on vellum or tracing paper. I had a pack of tracing paper and that works just as well as vellum. So that was what I was going to do. However, I can't find my pack of tracing paper, so we are just going to stick this on here. I mean, I guess potentially I could stick it on in the back. Nah, I'll stick it on the page. So I wanted to do vellum because then I would just tip it in instead of sticking it on, but I was already going to print... Sorry. I was already going to print no. Here. The whatchamacallits. But also I forgot that sticking this down is literally hell. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's prime it. Okay. Let me just see what centered is. Okay, so it's sort of halfway and halfway. Okay. It's supposed to be the full page, but obviously I didn't measure that correctly. It's okay. It's fine. Okay, so we stick down one corner. That's stuck. And we stick down that corner. And it's like wallpaper. We keep moving down. And it's not too bad because it's a very thin paper, so there is some warping, but again, not too bad. I might be able to actually, let's see, since I primed it, I might be able to kind of peel this off a bit. Oh, whatever. It ain't that serious. And that'll flatten out with use as well. So there we go. Yep, that's that. See, things like that do annoy me a little bit. I say what I want about not being a perfectionist, but things like that do annoy me a bit. I wonder why though. Okay, so that's that page, and I'll probably make this the index page or like the key, which I should have done it backwards, but again, it's fine. So my cat decided to jump, sorry. So yeah, that's that. That's done. I need to do the backlog, but again, haven't really decided what I'm gonna do there. Okay. Stickers. So what I wanted to do was sort of... Oh, that doesn't go there. I wanted to use my dragon stickers. I mean, they seem to stick on pretty well. And I have two, and they're both from Flesh PNG. Since this is the year of the dragon, I figured that it would be a good... a good way to use them. Should I make it so that one is the front and one is the back? Let's see. That looks so good. That looks so good. And then I do have this fish. That is by Megs Monroe. I don't know, do I want to use... No. Do not like that. I love this sticker so much. No. So I am right about it being potentially removable, but it's not so bad. Where is... No, I don't really like that there. I think I might just keep the back part, just this dragon. I really like how that looks. The thing is that I don't love that she's white. Like everything else is kind of clear, which is also why I'm like a little not sure about this. So I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And then as I keep getting clear backing stickers, or I might just make my own, then I'll add more to it. But I think for now, I'm fine with that. I say as I continue adding more stickers. These were supposed to go for the inside, but honestly, they look pretty good on here, so I'm just gonna add them. And yeah, I have other stickers that I like that could go on here, but I don't know. I feel like I prefer it to have the clear backing. And then there's this one sticker that I like keep wanting to put somewhere and I don't know where to put it. And I think I will probably end up putting it somewhere on my daily log because I love it a lot. Oh, actually, I don't like how that looks there. Okay. I mean, I guess I could always add this sword, but let's add it. Why not? I don't have anywhere else to put it at the moment. I could always take it off. It is actually pretty easy to take it off. That looks pretty good. Let me go back to the little eyes that I had taken off and see if... This does sort of like prime the sticker. So even though it does come off, it'll lose its stickiness every single time. Actually, I do like how that looks, so I'm gonna leave that there. And then I have this little thing. I think I will use it as well. And then I do have this, but I don't know if it'll fit. Yes, it will. How does that look? Does that look like too much? Perhaps it is too much. And yet continue we are. Something definitely should go there, but I guess we shall have to figure out what. Oh, you know what? Maybe... Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for this video. I go on ahead and did the front cover with some stickers, sticker bombed it. Here's the back. And then I just put in a print in the front and in the back. And then I started putting my media stickers in here, and I did my little gloomy that was in my previous media journal. I stuck down this flap to put stuff in if I need to, if I ever have to take it out of the cover. I am going to look for another clear cover, or going to keep an eye out. If the sterling ink one ends up coming back in sale, I might buy that one as well, because I might not always have it in the TN, and I would rather not have this flap here if at all possible. I like that it exists, but if I can find one that doesn't have it, I think I would prefer that. But for now, if I am going to be journaling in here, it is perfect. I love it for that. And if I didn't have already so many other like things in here, then it would probably work even better for me. But I do have a lot of things in here already as is. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here because I think it's long enough already, and I will do a separate video for my first setup here, and then there will be videos with the backlogging process as well. So do keep an eye out if you would like more Sterling Ink content. That will be on its way over to you. But overall, pretty proud of how this looks like. Here's a little look at that. Apologies for the glare. And then I like the fact that I have those two dragons on here. It being the year of the dragon, I think it works really well. And I had been trying to figure out where to put the dragon stickers because I like them so much, and I couldn't decide, but I feel like they look perfect here. So very happy about that. Thank you so much for joining me on this ride, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.